everyone, welcome to another instructional video here at tamingthetech.com. In this one I'm going to talk about, in this series of 3 videos, we're going to talk about how to put together your own, what looks like a mobile app in a Google Slides presentation. I know that there are other versions of this out there. I felt like it would be nice to have an updated one. We can talk a little bit about icons and some other things too to try to snazz it up a little bit. But anyway, the finished product would look something like this. Here's sort of our getting started page. In here we've got sort of a menu, what we're learning. So if we click on that, we've got a page that takes us to what we're learning this semester, and then a home button. The take home page, so this might be like parent information. The next button will take you to the next page. Back will take you back. Home takes you back home. The schedule is the schedule. So again, you're just kind of seeing a glimpse into what the finished product might look like. But again, this is applicable to really any subject. You can have students create their own apps, about the information that they've learned. Maybe this is a way for them to do a presentation instead of, standing in front with a regular slideshow. So there's lots of really great uses for this, and it is just a Google Slides presentation. So if I exit out of my full screen and I go back, you'll see it's just slides on a presentation here. Okay, so I'm going to go through how to do all of this. Getting started with a brand new slideshow. So let's do that first. We're going to go to slides.new, which is a nice way to start a brand new slideshow. Once that comes up, the first thing that we're going to want to do is change the shape. And you'll notice that this one is tall and skinny, just like a cell phone, whereas our normal Google Slides presentation is 16 by 9, sort of like a television screen. So the first thing we'll do is go up and go to page setup. And in the page setup, instead of choosing the pre-described sizes, we're going to go to custom. Now, there's a lot of different versions of this. I have tested these, and I kind of like 8.5 by 14.5. I'm not really sure why. It kind of fills the screen for the most part. So we're going to go with that, and that's going to be inches. 8.5, 14.5 inches. Hit apply. It's going to change our shape. We can highlight all of this and delete it. So the first place we're going to start is sort of your landing page, as most apps have a landing page. And we'll talk a little bit about backgrounds first. Obviously, you can use a simple background here, just as you would normally, or if you want to, get crazy, get into gradients or something like that. But I do want to show you a cool resource for gradients. It's a website called uigradients.com, Gradients. And UI Gradients has a whole bunch of gradients that were made by people. Not real sure who any of them were, and not sure it really matters. Let's say I like this crystal clear one. Ooh, actually, this Visions of Grandeur is nice. And if you click on it, it brings it up. It does kind of tell you who made it, but again, these are sort of crowdsourced. But if you click in the upper right-hand corner, the get.jpg button there, it will actually download an image file of that gradient. So if we don't like this background, let's say we want to change this back to our transparent background, but we want to insert a new background. If I go to my images, Visions of Grandeur are right there. And actually, I don't need to keep it the same shape and size since it's a gradient. I'm not going to lose the quality, so I can either drag it that way, but that probably won't work. Let's just make it the size here and the size here. So stretching is not going to really affect the quality of the gradient. So now we've got a really cool background. I like that a lot. The second thing that I'm going to do now is to preview this. Before we get into finding icons and things like that, which we'll do in the next video, how do we look at this? Because again, if we present our app, it's great. The only problem is we've got this bar down here at the bottom, and anytime you present it, that bar is going to be there. So if we're going to click on stuff, that bar is always going to be there. I am not a huge fan. So here is a way around that. And if you send this to a person's mobile app or mobile device, they won't have that bar if they present it within their own Google Slides app. But one way of doing it is to actually find it in Drive, to right-click and hit Preview. That's going to bring up a preview version, and if you go full screen, now we no longer have that thing down at the bottom. For some reason, my microphone or my earphones keep popping up, but I'm not worried about that. It'll go away. So if I click Get Started, now I don't have, when I'm clicking, I don't have any of those things popping up. Okay, so again, that is a way to be able to view it without the bottom bar. Okay, so we've sort of started. We've put our presentation together. We've got a background here. In the next video, we're going to talk about icons. So I will see you there.